Okay, so here is the concluding part of the video to fix the problem of ground discontinuity between the push-to-talk output RCA jack on ANAN-100 Apache Labs software-defined transceiver. And it turns out that the nut on the back of the RCA jack, you remember that there's the RCA jack for the push-to-talk, didn't have any way to get good continuity to the system ground, which is defined by this back plane here, and when it's screwed in it makes a good system ground. So it turns out that because there's Gliptol and some other Loctite or something that was keeping the nut on, that it was easier just to solder to the nut. So if you just take a piece of wire and solder it to the top of the nut, that works really well. Be sure you get a good size soldering iron like this one, soldering gun really, and it generates plenty of heat. Turns out that there isn't a whole lot of heat conduction out of that region, so it's a really good solid connection. You pull on that and nothing is going to come loose. And then for the system ground, just a lug and the wire connect to the system ground. So what you'll see here is that we now can go to the system ground, which is that lug, and then of course go to the outer shield of the RCA, and there's now continuity, whereas before there was not. So we should be in really good shape here on this. So it's just a little tack solder, and that seems to work really well. So what we'll do now is reassemble the whole thing. And it's pretty straightforward, just do in reverse what we did earlier. Make sure everything's snug, and just tuck the wires back into place. So all I'll really do is put on a couple of the BNC nuts, just to more or less have a snug fit. See if I can do that. There we go. And these simply hold the rear apron on. Fortunately, everything floats on the rear apron's connector, except for these printed circuit board mounted BNCs. And then it's a 14 millimeter standard metric size. And then put all the screws back in. Should be good to go. We'll check it next. That's it for now, 73s.